Welcome, my dear viewers, to episode 1 of my Sundarbans series. But before I proceed further, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. It gives me great motivation to see your likes and comments. In this episode, I would cover how I traveled to Sundarbans National Forest and Tiger Reserve from the city of Bangalore where I stay by using various modes of transport, where I stayed in Sundarbans for 2 nights and the various activities that I undertook on day 1 of my Sundarbans trip. So watch till the very end to know all the details. With that, let's start day 1, episode 1 of my Sundarbans series. My journey began with me taking a 2.5 hour long flight from Bangalore to Kolkata. After spending a few days in Kolkata, I embarked on my adventurous trip to the Sundarbans. From Kolkata, I travelled in this bolero for the road part of the trip. First stop is Kolkata. So I was travelling with a tour company whose details I would provide later on. Some of you might be wondering if this was a group tour, as many prefer to go to Sundarbans in a large group. No, this wasn't a group tour. It was just my daughter and I who went for this trip. So everything was organized just for the two of us. So visiting Sundarbans has been on my bucket list for very long. Did you know that Sundarbans is the world's largest mangrove forest, and it is the only mangrove forest in the world that is inhabited by tigers. Sundarbans is also the world's largest delta, formed by the confluence of Ganga, Brahmaputra and Meghna rivers in the Bay of Bengal. About 40% of Sundarbans National Forest lies in India and the rest 60% lies in Bangladesh. My intention behind this trip wasn't solely focused on tiger sightings, as I was lucky enough to spot tigers in other tiger reserves in India. Rather, my intention behind the trip was to learn about biodiversity, about the rich flora and fauna of Sundarbans, as well as to learn about the rustic life in Sundarbans. After a 2-hour-long journey, we took a tea break in this village called Maloncho. Tea for me is an elixir, something that energizes me and also makes me contemplative. Many tourists come to Godkhali from Canning railway station. As you can see from the board, Canning is on the left, while I came from Malonjo side, which is on the right. Finally, we reached Godkhali. This is the last motorable point from Kolkata. Let me just show you around. Don't forget to notice the Sundarbans Tiger Reserve board. This is the Godkhali ferry ghat. From here, I would be taking a boat to go to Gosaba. At Godkhali, we met our tour guide Mrinmoy, who I will introduce you later on. These boats are known as keas. You can take a private or a public kea. I took a private kea to reach Gosaba. On one side is Chondipur Island, on another side is Bali Island. No, not the Indonesian Bali Island. And we have to go to Gosaba Island, which is opposite of Godkhali. Sundarbans is a conglomeration of 102 islands. Of these, 54 are inhabited and 48 islands are forested. That's our tour guide Minmoy. Okay.
আর এই যে নদীটা দেখছেন এটা হচ্ছে বিদ্যাধরী নদী।
বিদ্যাধরী।
তো কালকে যখন আমরা জঙ্গল সাফারিতে যাব একটা জায়গায় গিয়ে মিট করব, সেটা বলা হয় পঞ্চমুখী।
আচ্ছা।
5টা নদী সেখানে গিয়ে মিশেছে।
আচ্ছা।
তো সেখান থেকে আমরা দেখবেন বিদ্যাধরী বলে একটা নদী ওখানে দেখতে পাবেন, সেই নদীটা এসছে এইদিকে।
আচ্ছা।
আর ওপাশ থেকে একটা ছোট একটা নদী ঢুকে আছে, এটা বলা হয় দুর্গা দুয়ার।
আচ্ছা। As we take this boat ride, let me tell you a little more about Sundarbans. Sundarbans is largely situated in South 24 Parganas of West Bengal. Only a small part of it is in North 24 Parganas, and its population is 4.5 million. After a 10 minutes boat ride, we reached Gosaba Ghat. Let me show you around. So Gosaba is considered the gateway to Sundarbans. At Gosaba, we sat in an engine van to go to our next destination, which is Jyotirampur village. It was rather a bumpy ride through the village road. As the crowded streets gave way to lush green fields, the journey became more enjoyable. Okay, we reached Jyotirampur village, and that's Jyotirampur Ghat, and that's our Khea. This Khea will take me to Sukumari village at Shadjilia, where Eco Village, the resort I am staying at, is located. Let me give you a quick recap of the route I have followed since morning. From Kolkata, I have taken a road journey and gone to Godkhali. From Godkhali, I have taken a Khea and gone to Gosaba. From Gosaba, I have taken an engine van and gone to Jyotirampur village. From Jyotirampur village, I am sitting in this Khea and going to get down at my final destination, which is Sukumari village. This rickety bamboo bridge, which is half submerged in water, is what will take us to the eco village. Oh, I love such adventures. Now you can see the mangroves more closely. From Kolkata, it took me around 4 hours to reach Sukumari village. That's the entrance to eco village from the ferry side. What a rustic ambience the eco village has with all modern facilities. Today I will take you through a part of eco village. In another episode I will take you through another part of eco village. I was so delighted to see the colorful and unique murals on the walls of each and every cottage. I was told that artists from across the country and even guests have done these wall murals. Let's take you inside our cottage. I had taken a premium AC cottage. Oh, that's pretty nice and large enough for the two of us. We are at the dining area now. Much like the cottages, the dining area also has a very rustic feel to it. What a humorous way of saying don't be late for dinner. Now let's see what's there for lunch. So we have rice, bhetki paturi, shukto, kochu shak with bhetki. Then we have dal, prawn curry, salad and papads. The food was really yum. Post lunch, we were all charged up to go for a walk in the village, followed by a boat ride.
Now we are going for boat ride in Sukumari village.
That's the colorful gate of Eco Village to go to the village side. Let's just open it and step out. This is an idyllic Indian village. Mud houses with thatched roofs. Pet animals sitting languidly or ambling around. Every household here has its own pond, and look at the typical village cycle rickshaw ferrying passengers. I passed by farms with different farming practices and those small village shops along the way. Fishing, honey collection, and agriculture are the main occupations here. Honey collection and fishing entail risk as one has to venture deep inside the jungle for them and one runs the potential risk of being attacked by a tiger. After the devastating effects of Cyclone Aila in 2009, which rendered thousands homeless in Sundarbans, many villagers have started moving to bigger cities in search of a stable employment. There was plenty to learn about the villages as I continued to walk. The pond water is used by villagers for bathing as well as breeding fish. Earlier, they used to use the pond water for drinking as well by purifying it with alum. Now, the villagers get tap water every day for few hours, which they use for drinking and cooking. The paved road that you're seeing right now was non-existent a few years back. In fact, the villages neither had electricity nor paved roads. The villagers used to use kerosene lamps in the night. Now the villages have both electricity as well as paved roads. The village road led to vast swathes of green fields. The water that you see accumulated in the field did use during summer season for agriculture. Paddy is the main crop which is grown here. In recent times, there has been a surge in crab and shrimp farming. That is a spot for crab farming.
One is a little great. Let me give you a closer view.
We have left the Pakka village road and now on a muddy stretch bordering the mangroves. That's the narrow road we have plonked through. Sundarbans, which is the world's largest mangrove forest, has over 80 varieties of mangroves. These are the vine variety of mangroves. Though Sundarbans is named after Sundari mangrove, it is the vine variety of mangrove which is most abundant now. Look at the broken embankment caused by the tidal waves. It is mangrove which protect the shoreline. Mangroves act as a buffer between land and sea, reducing the impact of wave storms and flooding. Mangrove forest has always protected the inlands from cyclonic storms which originate in the Bay of Bengal. We spotted a few mud skippers in the marshy land. We passed by this very interesting mangrove known as blind your eye mangrove.
চোখে পড়ে যায় তো লাইফ টাইম ইয়ার আইজ ব্লাইন্ড।
ওকে।
তো যখন গ্রামের মানুষ অনেক সময় কি করে, যখন এটা কাটার জন্য বা কোনো কিছু কারণে ওটা অন্য জায়গায় দাঁড়িয়ে গেছে, কারণ এই গাছটা একমাত্র সল্ট অ্যান্ড সুইট দুটো জায়গায় সার্ভাইভ করতে পারে। তো কি হয়, আগে তেল সানগ্লাস পুরো প্রপার রেডি হয় তারপরে এই গাছটা কাছে আসে, আদারওয়াইজ এই
গাছটাকে মানে করানো যায় না, মানে রাখার দরকার কি?
এটা ম্যানগ্রোভ, তো ম্যানগ্রোভকে আমরা কেটে নষ্ট করতে পারি না।
This white drop.
We noticed this lady milking a cow. She happily agreed for us to film the process. And my daughter was too excited to see this for the first time.
Enjoying the sunset in Sundarbans among the mangroves.
Soon we went for a boat ride in the backwaters. Did you know that this kind of small boats are allowed for tourists only in inhabited islands? They are not allowed for tourists in forested lands. Our boatman made the boating experience more enjoyable by singing both Lok Giti and Pulli Giti.
ভালো বাসরে মনমন নবীন ভালো বাসারে।
After having some snacks at Eco Village, we stepped out for the last activity of the day, which was night boating. There was an eerie silence in the jungle, and I was looking forward to spotting bioluminescence, which I had seen earlier in Maldives. Bioluminescence is such a wonderful spectacle of nature. The boat navigated its way through narrow and dark canals with the hope of spotting bioluminescence. We did spot them, but my camera could not capture them properly. The boatman once again sang a very soulful song.
চাঁদের মাথায় ব্যাঙের নৃত্য ময়ূর কেমনে
After the amazing boating experience, I headed straight for dinner. Post dinner, we decided to climb up the watchtower at Eco Village. That's the view of Eco Village and backwaters from the watchtower. That's the end of day 1 and episode 1 of my Sundarbans series. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And do watch out for the next episode of Sundarbans series.